Now you can see the really cool way that ArcGIS Pro puts all these data sets into each other. And you can see there, just as I mentioned, that's roads. I mean, that's a linear feature, that's a point feature, and a polygon feature. So we go back into baseline information, that's a polygon feature. And all of these, it says, so if you look into the different parts of the attribute table, is quite useful. Now with Symbology, one thing you might decide to do is you might sort of go back into the whole thing. Let's just right click on it, zoom to layer, and you can see that it's showing lots and lots of different roads. And I don't necessarily want to see all of those roads because it's just messy. Now all I want to do now is I actually want to show you how to symbolize by a selection. Now you can see here that there's, I don't use any of that, and I certainly don't want to symbolize it by name because there's 28,825 of them. But there's something called road type, and whether or not something's a state route, a national route, and then road type. And there's different types of things, and that's actually quite a useful thing. Now, to look at how many different road types you can try symbolize them, but there's one way you can do it. You can go select by attributes. You click on that above there. Of course, you can do it that way as well. Just go new selection, go into new expression. So what I want to do is what did I say? Road type name. It truncates things because all of this is originally actually based on database 4. And database 4 is very picky about names, and it used to only allow 8 different characters, and now I think it allows 16. It's actually based on, like a lot of computer software and algorithms, based on very old stuff that they did, like decades ago in the last century. So you can see there, let's have a look. Okay, it says arterial, collector, highway, local, and subarterial. So I'm not going to select them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to right-click on it, and I'm going to go Symbology. Now, all of these types of symbology, as you can see, I'm not using any of the numeric ones, and I'll show you that in the next video. I'm going unique values, and then I want to go into road type name. And you can see there it's come with some generic different colors, which I don't particularly like. But what you can do is you can click on that, and I'm just holding shift down. I go right click on it, format symbols, and I'm just going to change all of them to red. Just, random red will do. I won't do anything with line point yet. Actually, let's do it. Let's make it 2 points, which is way too big. Let's go apply. And you see it looks even worse. But what I'm going to do back there, yep, let's just check it out on the time because I ran out of time earlier. So let's pop in here, and we're going to change this. So let's make this 1.5. Apply. Just go back again. Sometimes it makes you do that. Highway. Let's make this 1. Apply. And let's double make local. We'll make it 0.5. Quite often you'll just look at these things and say, okay, it's not working out that well. So we'll do it smaller. And let us go into subarterial, which is quite a big one. What size did we do arterial? We did that 2, so let's do 1.7. Now we don't necessarily want to keep these. We might go into and say, oh, it's still messy. So what I'm going to do is drag this down. You can just drag it down. I like to keep it open. And zoom in a bit. And if you zoom in, you can see there that it's symbolized the roads by different sizes depending on what type of road it is. And let's just remove that. I right-click on it and go remove. So there's just a way of symbolizing. You can also just remove something entirely. So if you just click on it and right-click, remove. So you could, for example, remove all local roads. But that's a good way. And you can change the color of each one, and you can change the color of individually. Now, I've done something which isn't very good, and I've clipped this to the Gold Coast, which you shouldn't really do with a linear thing, because what happens in that case is you can't do any sort of calculations that would require accessing Gold Coast by road, say from Scenic Rim there, or from Brisbane there, or I think it's Logan, or New South Wales, if we were allowed to go there.